North Korea says it has conducted a nuclear warhead explosion. If confirmed, it would be the country's fifth and biggest test yet. A 5.3 magnitude earthquake was detected near Punggye-ri. There have been 4 previous tests in this area, the first in 2006. The United Nations has banned North Korea from experimenting with nuclear technology. Now, Friday is the North's National Day. It's common for them to use such events as an opportunity for a show of military strength. South Korea's president, as we said, has called the act an act of fanatic recklessness, and Japan's prime minister has also made his dismay known.
If North Korea did carry out a nuclear test, it's something absolutely inadmissible. We need to and we will strongly protest against their actions. Also, Japan is currently a member of the UN Security Council, so we will also work closely with New York, if this nuclear test was indeed carried out, to figure out how best to react to the situation.
Well, for more, let's speak to Jung, who's joining us now from Seoul. Good morning to you, Eugene. So the North are calling it a nuclear warhead explosion. What more can you tell us about the statement that's just come out from the North Korean state media?
That's right. The KCNA just announced about half an hour ago that they succeeded in this nuclear test. The North Korea's KCNA said that it can make, quote, as many nuclear warheads as it needs. Pyongyang said the nuclear warhead was standardized and miniaturized, and the test confirmed that they can now mount a nuclear warhead onto ballistic missiles. And also they said that this nuclear test that they conducted on Friday morning had no impact on the environment, and it did not omit any radiation. They also added that they will continue with their nuclear developments.
And Eugene, just tell us now, what is South Korea saying about this potential test? What does this tell us about the North's potential to be able to conduct nuclear strikes on its neighbours? And how are people in South Korea actually feeling this morning? Does this have a real sense of fear generated because of the North's actions?
That's right. The South Korean military is currently analyzing the situation to see whether the DPRK's nuclear test succeeded or not, as they said. The military also said that they believe this is a 10 kiloton. This has a 10 kiloton yield. The meteorological agency here said that means that the size of this nuclear test was double the size of the North's previous nuclear test that was conducted in January this year, and it is also slightly smaller than the Hiroshima's atomic bomb. Now, regarding people's reactions here, maybe because it is the 5th test already, if you ask anyone walking on the streets, they wouldn't show huge surprise on the streets. That is normal. Whenever the DPRK conducts a nuclear test or ballistic missile launches, the average reaction on the street is not that of a big surprise. But internationally, they are seeing this the North's latest nuclear test as a huge surprise and a grave threat, as the South Korean president here also said.
Absolutely. And Eugene, you'll remember that, of course, the North recently tested a ballistic missile, which was the most complete and efficient missile they've tested for quite a while. That was about 3 weeks ago. Now, this will all sort of signal for South Korea that they will want to install that missile defense shield that's being supplied by the United States, the THAAD missile defense shield.
That's right. The United States and South Korea have consistently said that this THAAD system deployment is to fight against North Korea's nuclear and also missile systems. So again, because North Korea conducted their 5th nuclear test, and if it succeeded, as Pyongyang says, and this would actually provide more evidence to support the U.S. and South Korea's decision to deploy the THAAD system. But China's Xinhua news agency and China's media, well, as you know, China showed strong opposition against this deployment of the THAAD system on the Korean Peninsula. China has said that all countries in the Northeast Asia region should refrain from escalating tensions on the Korean Peninsula. So we'll have to wait and see how the regional powers here react to North Korea's nuclear test.
Okay, Eugene for now from Seoul, thank you as always.